What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and today this is not really an OCG metagame breakdown, but kind of. It's just that it's not really an article that was posted by your boy Akira. Actually, well, kind of still. Posted by Akira, but it's not going to be, with a lot of statistics as always, a pie chart and everything. So especially a bunch of deck lists, well, top performing decks from a few tournaments that we had, especially in China. This is in Nanning, and then this was in Taiwan, actually, so not even China. And this was Hong Kong, so China-ish, kind of. Anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, all the beautiful fun stuff. Now let's get right into it. Alright, so this was a day 2 event with 248 players. Jesus, what's going on with me? So it's basically a YCS, but with like way less players. It's still really competitive, and the #1 place was Runic, which is very surprising, and you're gonna see the deck list and you're gonna laugh. And then we have, of course, as always, Ishizu Tearlaments. So 3 of them at the very least, which is already a good, portion of the top cut, because Runic here was only represented in one, position. And then Splight Brigade, as always, you're always going to be seeing this in all the 3 events that I'll be covering today. So it's a really good deck, and this is the true shocker. So the 60 card decks are a little better than what I gave them credit for, especially the Adamancipator deck. It can actually abuse Block Dragon with Lawn Mowing and some other interesting cards that I'll show you very soon. And then another Runic deck, but it's not really like pure Runic deck out, rather just like a small engine in MathMech. So I think the Code Talker engine must be even smaller, maybe like 3 cards or something. Like the code microcoder as well as the Signed Conflict, and that's it. Well, I mean Signed Mining, but that doesn't count because you're playing that card in MathMech anyways. So yeah, let's get right into the deck list. Main deck has nothing spicy going for it. It's always the same thing, like double Rivalry, double Tikaboo, and then triple Scale Drain. If you draw Rivalry and there can only be one, it's a weird combination where both players can only control one monster at a time, because they kind of contradict each other in a way. Anyways, the extra deck, I can't believe there's like actual monsters that you can summon, ironically, because you play Amano Iwato. So if you summon this little boy right there, the level 4, you can actually summon some stuff. So how often does this come up? Like probably never, right? And you can use Excite on Night on your opponent's battle phase, so I guess there's that. And then Dagusto Emerald, you don't really have to attack to use this effect. Baguska, same thing, and then Dugaris, so it's a nice, choice of monsters. And the Donner is there in order to clear your own monster zone, well, extra monster zone, so that you can start using your Runic cards again, because as long as you have a monster in the extra monster zone, you can't special summon any further monster from the Runic quick plays. So this card is going to be featured in a lot of decks. So in Runics, in Kashtira, especially in Kashtira, because if you give the ability to your opponent, they can just like normal summon any monster, and then make the Donner, destroy the Donner, and then destroy one of your monsters. So in other words, you're almost facilitating them breaking your board, and even worse is that they control no monsters now, so they can start summoning their Kashtira monsters. This card is really scary and will definitely see a lot of play. And then DD Dynamite is also what shocks me here. I don't understand why DD Dynamite would be featured in a deck that's supposed to be decking you out, especially when you're only randomly playing 2, and there's no other way of dealing damage unless you're playing a deck against a deck that just pays a lot of life points for a living, like Dinomorphia, but they can also dodge effect damage with their graveyard effects, so I don't really like that. Unending Nightmare for the mirror match, etc. Oh my god, the mirror match must be hell! Jesus, the only out would be like Amano Iwato, that's it. And yeah, this card is just cancer. When you have like a bunch of spell cards, you just go normal summon, activate your spells, you can't respond. It's just so annoying, then you just set a bunch of floodgates. This is the epitome of what Yu-Gi-Oh! Should not be. Like decks like Runic, where, oh my god, you're not even interacting with your opponent. It's just so dumb. Like, you're just making them banish everything that they have. There is no back and forth at all. You're just drawing cards, never allowing your opponent to play. Like, people keep saying that Ishizu Tearlaments is cancer. Ishizu Tearlaments might be very powerful, but at least it's not something where the main, the main design of the deck is to stop you from having fun. I guess you can say maybe the Ishizu monsters kind of led to, the deck being able to do that by controlling your graveyard. But some people play like Flunderies and complain about Ishizu Tearlaments, which is hilarious because Ishizu Tearlaments, if anything, might be worse than Kashtira Tearlaments from like, without any Ishizu card against Flunderies at the very least, because they don't care about the graveyard and nobody really mills 10 in the deck. But yeah, alright, so this is Ishizu Tearlaments with no really like big Kashtira engine. So 1 Fenrir and then triple Tearlaments Kashtira. And then everything else is very standard. Sometimes people don't even play the Fenrir, but people are always going to be playing the field spell, because this card is really just insane. And yeah, he could have been playing the Parezos as well. No, hold on, I'm so stupid. Papias with, Unicorn and Birth, but again, that's a really big engine, and he would have been able to play some rank 7s if he did that, but not really worth it. And again, friendly reminder that every single bestial monster right now is being sided and not main decked. They do have flaws and not really good against the top tier decks at all. Like, imagine drawing bestial monsters against Runic. Oh, must not be nice. Even against Splight Trabergate, it really doesn't do much. Like, they can... I mean, the Revolt really doesn't care about the bestials, because it doesn't even target, and it can also revive back from the banished. So they really just don't lose to that. So this is purely for the mirror match. And only 1 heartbeats, finally. This is getting... This is becoming a little more beautiful to my eyes, because, seeing people, like, side 2 heartbeats when you can't even search the damn card, to me, it was just a little crazy, but, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This deck list really has nothing going for it. I mean, nothing interesting, but it's a good deck. And then this, finally, with the Fairy Tale Snow and Unicorn and Birth and main deck heartbeats, which, again, you cannot search, and only 2 Kelbeck. Wow. I understand the 2 Medora, though. I definitely agree with that. But damn, that's pretty interesting. And 2 Foolish Burial Goods, which is also something interesting. Oh my god, I forgot the name of this card. Ugh. Yeah, anyways, it's still pretty nice. And then this is the Spotlight. Oh my god, beautiful to look at. 60 card, Punk, Scrap, Ishizu, Vernalizer, Adamancipator. That is basically cards.deck. So I understand a bunch of things about this deck now. First of all, look at something. This guy's playing Emergency Teleport with Xiaomin, Foxy Toon, and Deer Note, but he's not playing Chaos Ruler, so the goal is not really to mill with the Punk engine, but rather to Synchro Summon Scrap Dragon, so that he can summon the Scrap Wyvern, and then revive back, destroy a monster on the field, summon the Scrap Raptor from the deck, and then destroy the Scrap Raptor, search the Chimera, and then extra normal summon, revive back the Raptor, and probably play from there. So very, very interesting. And a thing that shocks me like crazy is that there is no Gallant Granite, so good luck searching your Block Dragon if you can't mill it. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but to me, Chaos Ruler would be pretty nice, even though there's no Needle Fiber, and then Sprite Elf could have also been interesting, if actually not really, but yeah, I mean, there are a few level 2 monsters in the deck, so... Only 2, yeah, I think that's Seeker and then the Researcher. Not a lot, or the other way around. I always mix them up, but I'm not like a really big pro with this deck. But I definitely do know that the goal is to use the Vernalizers to like revive back your monsters. Try to like not lose to like the drawback of only being able to use the effect of Earth monsters on the field. So like I understand, but Jesus, this looks very complicated, a little too complicated for me, but there's also the monster that you can revive back when you send it with Foolish Burial. So definitely a few cards that trigger when they're sent to the graveyard. Same thing with this card right there. This is Tackle Crusader, so when it's sent to the graveyard, you can like bounce back a face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls. Really nice against Floodgates, or you can change the battle position of the monster opponent controls, I think. So it's a decent card, but it's not like a huge interruption on your opponent's turn. But again, bouncing back like Floodgates can definitely be very nice in a deck like 60 card something, because you have like no back row removal, so you really need to find ways to like clear skill drain without really getting too cucked. So yeah, it's a cool deck overall, and nothing else to be found here but triple copies of Triple Tactic Tasking. It makes sense to play 3 in a 60 card deck, because it's kind of like playing like 2 in a 40 card deck, if that makes any sense. Like you multiply by 1.5, so 40 multiplied by 1.5 would be 60, and then 2 multiplied by 1.5 would be 3 copies. Now for the other tournament in Taiwan, we've got Splight Trabergate, Splight, Lawnmowing, Ishizu Vernalizer, Adamancipator again, Jesus, and then Lawnmowing, Adamancipator, same thing, but without the Ishizu and Vernalizer, but wow, that's crazy, man, 2 in a row. And then Splight Evil Twin, a lot more Splight than in China, so depending on the region, you might have different decks. And again, man, they're obsessed with Adamancipator. Is the deck that good? 3. This is like, actually, it's nuts. 3 different decks, basically. Well, I mean, Splight Trabergate, Splight, and then Splight Evil Twin. and then three different variations of Splight, three different variations of Adamancipator in a way, because they're not playing like the exact same amount of engines, even though they're like still playing Adamancipator, and then 3 Ishizu Tearlaments, and then there are a few unknowns, I think 7 or something, 16 minus 9, a certain number, probably, yeah, it is 7. But yeah, let's get into the deck list. So Splight Tri-Brigade, I really couldn't care less about this deck, but it's definitely nice if you enjoy it. I don't. Anyways, wow, Fairy Tale Snow, that was not in the other player's deck list. I don't understand what's up with the OCG not playing Fairy Tale Snow. This card is broken in the TCG. It got unbanned just to get like rebanned not too long after, so why would people not play this card? And this guy is also pretty smart with Smoke Grenade, even though I don't necessarily understand. But yeah, Smoke Grenade, really insane card. And finally, he is playing Galen Granite, although he is not playing Baguska like the other players. So, I don't know, I would like to feature Baguska as well. And then this is the crazy Power Tool Dragon. It's a really disgusting card. Oh my god. So with this card, you can access the Smoke Grenade and then destroy it, and you're going to be able to look at your opponent's hand and make them lose 1 card. So that's really disgusting. And this card should not exist, and this card is really dangerous because it limits card design, and it makes it so that future equip spells cannot be too broken, otherwise they break the game completely. So imagine if there's like an equip spell that's like draw a card or just do some annoying things, and you can equip like 3 from your deck with this card or something ridiculous. Or even if it's 3 from the graveyard, it doesn't matter. I think it's 3 from the grave, but it doesn't matter because Isolde is sending them anyways. Now in this deck, you're pretty much milling a lot, so it doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, I mean, oh, that's just nuts, man. This deck is so cool to look at, especially since I understand like so little. But this is like way more heavy on the Adamancipator cards because there's a Triple Seeker and Triple Researcher, like contrary to like this deck, which is only on a 2-1 ratio, and then only 2 Anals. Whereas this one is playing 3 Analyzer. Anyways, no side deck, of course. Too good at this game. Why would I need my side deck, Bernard? No, it's not that. It's just that he didn't want to show it. Splight Evil Twin, another deck that I personally find extremely boring. Now, again, if you want to be shocked, DD Crow and not Bestial Monsters, why is that? First of all, Bestial Monsters only are really good against Tearlaments, and even though it is the best deck, it's not like overrepresented as super tier 0. It's the best deck, is the best tier 1 deck by a long shot, but it's not really a tier 0 deck, and there's still a lot of variety. So don't get me wrong, like this makes sense to play at the moment because it also hits like Labyrinth and Runic, and Sky Striker when they target a spell card with Kagari and some other minor things. And also, if you summon a Bestial Monster and then you, like your opponent passes to your turn, you control a monster on the field so that you can't really summon anything with your small life twin monsters, which is pretty dog shit. Anyways, moving forward, Adamancipator's 41 cards. Wow, interesting. Sales ban, Jesus, 1 random copy. And then I forgot the name of this card, but it's pretty good. If you have like an earth monster or something, like you can get like an extra normal summon, and if you control a water and an earth, you can revive back from the grave. And then Fossil Dyna main deck, very interesting. Again, I don't understand what the frick is this Link monster. Yeah, 4 hand traps, only, no, 7. I forgot the maxi. Yeah, of course I forgot the maxi. And way less Vernalizers than any other build we've seen so far. Only 7, no, 6, oh my god. And no Ishizus either. Yeah, this is the only way to make it 41 cards. Otherwise, it would absolutely be like a 60 or 55 card deck, which is not really what you're trying to do. And Sphere Mode side deck, how relevant is the normal summon? I have no freaking idea, but it's probably not the end of the world if you have like Analyzer, so that going second you can special summon it and then start summoning like your other Adamancipator monsters from the hand. And yeah, only 2 of this boy right there. Again, I always get the names mixed up, so I'm not even gonna try. Ishizu Tearlaments. No, sorry, only Ishizu Tearlaments. Nothing too unusual. Again, the Hail Shadow is always seeing play right now because you can mill even more cards when it's sent to the graveyard, depending on the amount of different attributes on the field. And again, nothing else that's super unique. Forbidden Droplet is there for the mirror match because they summon monsters on your own turn, and Dark Ruler doesn't really take care of much. Dark Ruler, however, is better against Sprite and Tri-Brigade, actually. Well, Sprite Tri-Brigade, because most of their interruptions are already on the field. They don't really summon much on your own turn, outside of Splight Starter, which is limited, as well as Tri-Brigade Revolt, which is only played at 1. And sometimes they might not even be able to use it because they control too many monsters on the field. Anyways, Ishizu Tearlaments, again, no Kishtiras, and pretty much the same side deck. That's nuts. Like Droll and Logbird, Forbidden Droplet, Bestial Monsters, Red Reboot, Duster, same thing. Like literally same thing, but this guy has like Nibiru as well as yeah, I mean, yeah, no Ash, I guess. Whoa, big change. And that's it for Taiwan. And finally for Hong Kong, a lot of Ishizu Tearlaments, which we are not going to be covering, but we will be covering this deck right there, which I don't understand at all, and it's Purely. Alright, so Purely is like a bootleg garbage version of Zodiac at home. There's like no other way to like explain what this deck is. It's literally Zodiac for poor people. So basically everything is like a one-card combo, but like a really shitty one-card combo. And outside of making Zeus, this deck does jack, actually. Yeah, literally jack. It plays a lot of spell cards, which does not necessarily make it better. I guess since everything is a one-card combo, you can technically play a bunch of hand traps. So that's the reason why there is 8 in this deck. And then a bunch of utility cards as well. So yeah, when I say hand traps, I should rather start saying like utility cards. Like, you know, triple tactic talents, Call by the Grave, board breakers, other cards like extenders and stuff like that, and the hand traps. And then there's the engine cards that you definitely cannot live without. So I guess you can tweak the ratios, but this is very minimalistic, 0 effort put in this deck list whatsoever. This guy just did not give a shit at all. So everything and their mother is just being played at 3. Not a single 2 of at all outside of like the utility cards. So 3 of this monster, which I don't know the name, 3 of this one, and then 3 of this, and then I can't even do a deck profile on this because I don't understand what the deck does at all outside of summoning shady Xyz monsters. So yeah, this is very funny. If you guys have any like thing to say about Purely, please let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video because I don't even know what else to say at this point. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.